All right, next, somebody's asking, why did Biden and Kamala rush back to D.C.? Why did Biden and Kamala rush back to D.C.? What's going on? What's going on? I'm thinking I'm going to pull one of these as well. What's going on? Feeling drawn to pull one of these. Okay. Bond. It's a bond about something. Bond. A displacement. In the community. A bond about a displacement in the community. Okay, so let's see what this reading's about. It's about wanting to protect. Okay, what needs to be protected? Standing in the gap. Okay, when it comes to Biden or the democracy, I would say it has something to do with democracy, democratic things, with the government. Okay, so rushing back to protect something from this negative government drama that they're trying to bring in. But let's see, the energy in it is having to distance from something, a distancing from something toxic. They need to create a gap, stand in the gap from something toxic in the world, okay? So this is about governments, toxic governments in the world, that the democratic thing is looking at this toxicity, standing in the gap and distancing from something, okay? So what's going on with that? They are looking at things in the world, the lid is off. Judgment, having to put judgment into place about something that's happening that's toxic. And what's being held to. This dark government in the world that's being held to. Now, there is that one Dr. Greer that was over there and meeting. He has met with Biden, etc., about, and he's saying that these drones and some of the things that's going on is owned by, like this Illuminati, you could say this Illuminati, and that they are trying to create fear-mongering, etc., and that they have a military that's unauthorized and is doing these types of things. So could have something to do with that, but we'll see. What's the challenge is, overturning, stopping, putting this upside down, hanging it upside down. When it comes to information that's being held within information. Okay, so it's at the center of it, it says that Biden's looking at this darker element and judgment of information that's not being put out to people. Okay? With light on it. With light on it. On this nefarious government that's around the world that's being held to. And now these ones are ones that are doing drug things, big drug things, human trafficking. They're involved in all of these dark elements. Okay. Yeah. So the outcome, yeah, he's not liking what's going on with this. He's sitting with this, pondering this. Okay. They're standing in the gap. They have to distance from something. They're looking at this, okay, and how to hang it upside down, and he's pondering it. They're pondering this now. Very difficult decision. And this is happening rapidly, okay? Looking at this rapidly. And it's about the message of truth about this, what's going on with these things, okay? So they're getting some information that's not really been put so much out in the public about some nefarious goings on across the world with these government systems, nefarious things, and what they're holding on to, and the light is being shed on that. So let's see what's underneath of all this. Let me get these out of the way. We'll look and see what's underneath of it all. So underneath of it all, it's about having to make action, take action with something new action. He's looking at a new action for the long term. Okay, when it comes to the long term, because these ones have been doing this for a long time. They've set this up. Okay. And so now he's sitting there struggling. This is a nightmare scenario. What to do? He's surrounded with all these thoughts, sitting with it, trying to figure out the action to go forward. What can he do to get a victory? Okay. So they're sitting there contemplating this, surrounded by all this information that's now coming in, and trying to figure out what they need to do. It's again about Two of Wands, figuring out what action to take. Okay? They're looking at the history of all of this, getting as much information, juggling this, looking at these things that they're trying to do. And then again, how he's going to take action. What action that he needs to take, because this is an abuse, okay? He's got information on these nefarious dealings as to what they have been doing for this long term, okay? And who's all involved. Who's all involved. The information about these, they've got the internal information now about these rulerships, about money, how these ones, this Illuminati and this group that's controlled everything, again, ones with the wealth and the power, they've got the information about this and how they have manipulated all this stuff, okay? So now, it's what are they going to do? What's going to be the fight? They've got the truth of it now. The truth is there about, again, the ones of wealth and power. This is really a painful thing to see, to know. And it affects families. It affects everybody. And the wheel is turning on this, okay? So they're trying to work on it. They're trying to work on it. What do we do with this situation? Okay, what do we do with this situation? Okay. So very interesting, if you want to know more on these things, look at that Dr. Greer. He's been working on these things for a long time. He's meeting with ones like Biden. And again, this is not information that is being put out to everybody at once, but it looks like it could have something to do with that. These ones, wealth and power, trying to take over the world. And we have Musk in there, and trying to become dictators. And this is again what also is coming up on the alien things as well, that it's about at a breaking point with these things. And they are going to, looking at this, and this situation is reaching a crisis point, and they are monitoring. And so that's what I'm getting with this, it's about to hit the fan. Okay, it's about to hit the fan. And I think it also could have something to do, again, with the Hopi prophecies as well. That division taking place. These ones that are technologically advanced, they've been, and trying to rule with monetary and the things that they're doing this nefarious way. And it's coming to that critical point of, again, something is going to take place. Let's just put it that way, okay? Something's going to take place. So keep your eyes and ears open. Don't get into panic mode again, but this is all being worked out on the world stage. This is not just in America. This is happening all over the world, that these things have been going on. Okay, so on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.